So let's talk a little bit about your thoughts, why you produced it, and you call it a mystery.
Yes, it is a mystery because it's very much about identity. In fact, the whole book is really about identity, tradition, religion, and place. Old Douglas is a person who teaches religion or different religions at a school in Hobart. So that comes into it a little bit. It's also about deception and lies, very Jack Jumper-like. It's about mothers and sons. It's about a moral dilemma. It's about guilt and punishment, and it's about atonement. So in between, it's kind of funny. So,
yes.
But it's got a lot in it.
So you mean to say basically that it's got all shades of life, really. But the mystery to me means that there is some misdeed, something that shouldn't have happened, like a murder or a robbery or a theft or something, which is resolved how it happened. And the people affected by it try and solve it themselves, or they employ some professionals?
Yes, you're very clever. You're kind of on the right track. There is something that is very wrong, but there's also more than that, because the whole identity thing of Jack is a mystery. Why is it that he's living in Tasmania, and so on? And little clues come forward in it.
Okay.
Because one of the sections I read talked about that your father is dead. We don't know about that until we get sort of to the end, even though these hints are kind of dropped quite frequently. So
wonderful.
And it's also a love story. It's a love story between Jack and Gypsy, but they separate a long time before they ever see each other again. And yes, and that's partly because of, Jack's a bit of a tearaway, but he's rather kind of a nice tearaway. And what he has done, which was really bad, hasn't he's trying to make up for that. He goes to live in India for quite a long time.
So when you say I got the words he's done something really bad, you're not gonna reveal that right now for our viewers.
Not at all. You can read that.
But you need to read that and find it out.
Absolutely.
All right. Wonderful. That's a very clever way of depicting the novel. Wonderful. Yes. So of course we now request our viewers and listeners to actually go for the book, for which we will put in the page where you can go to the website called JackJumper Novel, and from there you can also go to the page where you can purchase and use the cart to do the purchase, to order. Now,
also, for the publisher will also be holding the book, 40 South Publishing, and also it can also be bought from bookshops in Hobart. They stock the books, and also from ebooks. But so any of those, it can be purchased from any of those.
Wonderful. Now, I won't go into the commercial part of things because that's not interesting for the audiences of Suniyetau. Well, some may be interested. They might want to contact you. Who knows? Suniyetau always surprises me, because now hopefully there will be more users from Tasmania who may who may wish to contact you and so on, who may have a different experience to what I'm envisaging. Anyway, the point is, beyond this, you had earlier, when we were sort of planning this interview, you had mentioned that you're going to do a screenplay on the subject. So now that screenplay, you have already started thinking about it, or is just
started thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be a relatively fairly task, because the book has a lot of dialogue in it, and screenplays, and it has a lot of description, and all the description will probably have to be sort of cut out in a sense, and the dialogue remains, and so you have to build it up a different way rather than just describing it. So it's a learning curve in a way, and it will be for me, even though I've sort of done a lot with plays in the past. But I've started, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun for me to do this. So
yes. So yes, wonderful. So the point is, are you at the point where you've decided that it's going to be a stage play, or is it going to be more of a digital documentary or digital play?
No.
With the representing the stage, where you build the stage and then
actually. No, it's not. I'm going to write it as a play for screen, in episode format, because there are quite a lot of characters in the play, and they're all quite important to the parts of the play. So I have talked about this with a playwright before, and he suggested that it would be better to be a screenplay, because as a play, you'd have to cut out too much, because it'd be perhaps too long, just as a play. Exactly. And it's not written as a play. It's much more written in a stage visual format than it would be a play.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, that it will be good for a digital format first. Later on, people can take excerpts from it if it becomes that much necessary. But the stage play is going to be very hard for this, because there is too much background and environmental and cultural variation, which will be hard to manage in an hour or two's time, especially because changing stages, and you'll need a moving stage and all that kind of stuff to control that, and that's not always easy. So, well, wonderful. Is there anything besides my help being always available? I'm a resource for you to get you in touch with other professionals who do stage plays, write screenplays, write stories, and then the acting mob that I know quite a bit. So they're all part of my set of resources, if you like. And they're all my friends and people that I've worked with. So we can always work that out if ever you wish to.
I would love to be in contact with some of those people.
Yeah, sure.
It would be brilliant.
Well, whichever you wish to move. I think my personal experience is that each one of these specialists, I call them, whether they are screenplay writer or an actor or a director or whatever, they have their own nuances, and you need to manage them based on what you wish to communicate. So that is a challenge. So you only, this is my suggestion, obviously you can take it or throw it away, that you stay on your path. You because you've written a novel, so you know how to structure a story. Now this same way with the screenplay, you are restructuring a story, and then you have to imagine what sort of background and what actors are going to be in it. So accordingly, then you have to reverse engineer as to which specialist you're going to need for what. And that part you need to control yourself, because if you depend too much on the help of, say, one professional like a director, then the director will bring his or her own personality in, and that makes usually directors are pretty good, but there can be a director who can become a stick in the mud depending on who it is. So you got to be watchful of that. I'm playing both sides of the coin. Like, there's so much advantage, but you need to keep an account of what hazards you may be getting into. But that is very rare. It's like 5-10% to 90% positivity around here. But anyway, that's enough of spiel from me. But the way we move forward from here on is, first of all, we would love to get communications from our viewers on info@Suniyetau, and also JackJumperNovel.com email. So you get whatever people wish to talk to you about, and I get on Suniyetau what people would wish to convey around for this particular subject. And also I will put here the again the card, so that people can actually go for the book and read it and then send their comments and so on. And then the third part that I hope will come through this, if people are watching it to the end, that the ones who are interested in developing this plan of yours further, like actors or directors or screenplay writers, they can also come back via their communiques to us, either of us, or both of us, for that matter. And then we can take it up from there. But now again, my question, what are we going to do next with you?
I haven't got past that first one yet. I mean, who knows? I mean, I think the next is a reasonably long haul. I don't think it's going to be a quick fix or a quick do. And after that, I can't go any farther than that at this point.
All right. So
as much as I'd like to.
What I'll do is, of course, we will. Let me just stop recording here, because this is more. So we'll watch out for what you wish to do next. And I thank you and all the viewers of Suniyetau for having reached to this point. And please do communicate to us based on what you think and what you communicate to us with respect to the book, if you wish to purchase it based on the information provided herein. So would you like to say a few words on this subject at this point of time, Jane, to the viewers?
Well, I would like to thank them all very much for coming and listening to this, and I hope I do hear from some of them. That would be absolutely wonderful. And certainly, I would love to take your advice on being able to turn this into a screenplay. So all that's very exciting, and in fact I think you've probably given me a huge job to do for the rest of the year, and do it faster than I was planning.
Well, if there's anything we can accelerate in the process, that's Suniyetau.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much for inviting me.
You're very welcome. And we say bye for now, and to not just to you, but to the viewers of Suniyetau. Thank you.